With weaker sales in China taking its toll, Apple is taking a new approach to making iPhones more affordable. The Silicon Valley giant is teaming up with Alibaba's Ant Financial to offer interest-free financing for iPhones that can be paid off from 3 months to as much as 2 years. For the new iPhone XR, that would mean paying about $40 a month.
If you look at Apple's line of phones and their prices, even the least expensive of their phones is still pretty expensive in China compared to, say, Oppo and Vivo and a number of the bigger players there in China. So to remain competitive in a market that's very highly saturated, they really have to be aggressive in terms of what they're able to do in terms of pricing.
In Beijing, we found a number of customers taking advantage of the financing program.
I prefer the interest-free loan way because cash flow is important. This will make life easier.
We just graduated, so our income is not much. An interest-free loan helps reduce our economic pressure. We just bought an iPhone through interest-free loans a few days ago. Only had to pay 200 RMB per month, which is budget-friendly.
But as Apple attempts to become more affordable to middle-class consumers in China, it also faces struggles at home. A handful of companies have already unveiled foldable phones and 5G phones, both considered groundbreaking achievements. Apple has not introduced these technologies or even mentioned them.
Today, we're introducing...
But Apple is going in another direction, announcing a new credit card called Apple Card, a partnership with Goldman Sachs. Apple says the card will have no annual fees or late fees and will focus heavily on privacy. When used via Apple Pay, customers will get 2% cash back on transactions and 3% when spent on Apple products. Apple hopes the incentives will lure customers in.
I'm not in the market for a new credit card right now, and if I was, I'd be wanting to consider all of the options.
We have 3 iPads, 2 iPhones, an iMac, a desktop Mac, so and they all integrate really well together, so being able to purchase those things through an Apple credit would be great.
I think it would be fair to say they'd love to be the Alipay or the, of the U.S. or the WeChat of the U.S. in that regard, because that's a very comprehensive way to pay for almost anything over in China. And if Apple can have a piece of that, that would be a very important deal for them.
Apple Card also differs from the competition in that the actual physical card will be made of titanium and will not have a card number, expiration date, or signature. No CVV code on the back of the card either. Transactions are given permission either through Face ID or Touch ID. Apple also says Goldman Sachs, the bank backing the card, will not be allowed to sell or share your personal data to a third-party vendor. Rochelle.
Now, Mark, there's plenty of competition in the credit card market already. So how is Apple trying to stand out?
Apple has its own rewards program where it's trying to lure customers in. If you use the card, you get 1% cash back, 2% cash back on regular transactions, and 3% cash back if you use it for Apple products and services. And they're using that as something called daily cash, where the cash comes directly to your Apple wallet so you can use that money right away. And they also have various programs that help you manage your card at the same time. That opens up all kinds of doors for potential financial services in the future. Rochelle.
All right, great stuff. Mark New there for us in San Francisco.